Hey guys, it's Yozy Gamer here, and today I'm here to talk about Minecraft's PC requirements. Now, to most people, this is pretty basic. The minimum requirements for Minecraft are, not very demanding on most PCs. You don't need a monster PC to handle it, but I found the actual Mojang support site where it showcases the minimum and recommended specs. So I'll go through them right now. So for the minimum requirements, it states an Intel Core i3 3210, which I think is a twin core quad threaded CPU. We've got an AMD A8 7600, which I also think is a twin core quad threaded CPU. For the minimum RAM requirement, it is 4GB. This is definitely enough to run your game. If you dedicate 2GB, that will be enough for things like shaders and high-end resource packs and even some mods. For the graphics, this is integrated as well, shown for the minimum. You have Intel HD Graphics 4000, which is Ivy Bridge, or AMD Radeon R5 series, which is Kaveri line with OpenGL 4.4. For actual graphics cards, this has, for the Nvidia side, the Nvidia GeForce 400 series, so something like a GTX 480. That's kind of the equivalent to today's GT 1030. We've got AMD Radeon HD 7000 series with OpenGL 4.4. Now that is kind of like the equivalent to an RX 450. Hard drive, at least 1GB for the game, maps other files. A hard disk drive, yes, it's okay, but it's better to be running off an SSD. OS, it can be Windows 7 and up, so basically that will run it fine. Mac, you have to use any 64-bit OS X using 10.9 Maverick or newer. Linux, any modern 64-bit distributions from 2014 or onwards. Now for the recommended requirements, we have an Intel Core i5 4690 and the AMD A10 7800, which isn't actually as great as the equivalent i5, but it's okay. Now I kind of recommend using something like a 7th or 8th gen Intel Core i3 or i5 to get very good performance. You can obviously go an i7 or an i9, but these will do it just fine. I'm using an 8400 and it's great. For the RAM, it says for 8GB. I'm using 16 gigs, so I'm dedicating 8 gigs of RAM to Minecraft, which it doesn't need, but it does help. So you can have mods, resource packs and shaders all running at the exact same time with no worries about maxing out your RAM. For your graphics cards, you will need at least a GTX 700 series card in recommended, or an AMD Radeon RX 200 series, so something like an RX 290. That'll absolutely cream it. This will also have OpenGL 4.5. Also 4GB is recommended. It can also be an SSD as recommended, but a hard disk drive will do fine. It just means slower loading times, but performance won't be as bad like FPS wise. The recommended Windows is Windows 10. The recommended Mac OS is 10.12 Sierra, and the recommended Linux is anything 2014 or onwards. It also states here that older versions will need to be updated to current versions because it may cause instability or glitches or bugs because they're older versions of the game. It also states that starting from Minecraft 1.12, Java 8 will be required to run Minecraft, because if you have something older like Java 7, it won't do it. You'll be able to run older versions, but you'll need the latest Java. So that is the recommended and minimum specs for Minecraft from the Mojang site itself. I hope this helps show you what kind of specs you need for Minecraft. It can actually be less. You can have a weaker CPU and maybe more RAM and an SSD and a better graphics card, but it should be okay with most PCs. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Make sure to subscribe, follow my social media accounts and all that stuff, and peace.